let me bring our very first and most impactful keynote speaker, a person that requires no introduction. He started a business and penetrated 45 countries, not necessarily Africa, but around the world. A very genuine person. He tells his story very differently than me. He tells his story very impactfully, and he tells his story very hard. Let's warmly welcome Mr. Jean-Michel Félix. You're really happy.
Good morning, everyone. Well, you're not awake yet. Good morning, everyone. Much better. I want to ask you to do some exercises to wake up before I do my presentation, but I hope that my presentation will wake you up. So, a few thoughts that Chipeng have asked me to share with you. So some contextual comments, first of all, about data. So we know that data today is the new gold. It's reshaping our economy. Data and AI tools are very powerful unless they are harnessed correctly. But they are not magic. You've seen these press articles in The Economist, in DataQuest, and clearly today, data also raises the question about the necessity for the appropriate regulatory framework because of ethics and governance. Data is the new oil. It's valuable, but if unrefined, it cannot really be used. Now about digital and AI ethics. Most disruptive technology in decades. The rise of an empathic AI calls also for a more human-centric approach. Some of us have grown through these days. Terminator, iRobot, or the new movie for the younger generation. So clearly, we know we don't have any choice. Digital transformation for any type of business is an inevitable path for business growth. We can't do without digitalization. And we are also talking about being more resilient. COVID reminded us of this. We had to be resilient. There were quite a few casualties, but most of us did survive. On mainland Africa, which is a continent on which I work a lot, we have more basic needs, access to decent healthcare, remedies, lack of basic necessities, infrastructure. We have raging wars and geographical tensions. We've been blessed to work a lot in Palestine over the last years, and what is currently happening is really, really heartbreaking. Natural disasters and catastrophes, obviously linked to climate changes. And what are the implications then? We've talked about revolution, industrialization, but we've gone through this before. Chipeng mentioned in his introduction, we are already into the 5th revolution, and there have been obviously 4 more before. And here in Mauritius, just look at the sugarcane industry. These changes, mechanization, we've gone through this before. There were layoffs. We had to deal with people losing their job. We've had to deal with centralization, and we've gone through this. And now, in sugarcane fields, we are even using drones. So we've gone through this before. But we were meant to embark into the 5th revolution since 2017. It's not a new concept. So Industry 5.0 talk about being more human-centric and trying to sort out the society's problems with super smart AI and data systems. But that was as far back as 2017. We've also some three important principles. which Chipeng himself has been talking for years now. Being sustainable, being human-centric, and being resilient. So we need to wake up. We are talking a lot about AI, the power of data, but all this has been there since 2017 through the concept of Industry 5.0. Right. We know also data is changing the world. Mentioned before, data is the new oil. It connects people, it connects societies, it allows us to measure, manage, control through new ways, definitely. It automates activity by machines, yes. It enables new discoveries, definitely. But very often, we build the necessary infrastructure, we recruit the right people, but we tend to undermine two huge elephants in the room as regards to data. Accuracy and completeness of data. Without this, there's no point to invest into super savvy technology. Without the raw data being accurate and complete, the output would be de facto wrong and misleading. And very, very often what we see when we help our clients in digitalization program, this particular area, which is overseen, not the sexy part of a digitalization program, is ignored. We don't have basic information, date of birth, addresses, email addresses, but then how can we do e-marketing? If we don't have perhaps the salary of someone, how can we have a very segmented approach in terms of marketing, selling the right product to the right person? So do not underestimate, or rather, put the necessary emphasis on these two elephants, accuracy and completeness of data. Otherwise, your data strategy is set for doomed failure. We know that the power of AI, the whole quest around digitalization, does change fundamentally some industries. I've just taken a few examples. The health industry, how we can obviously offer better health services. We can give even access to health services to people who cannot travel. We talk about the film industry. That will be the subject of our case study later on, where we've been used to do movies around AI. Now, AI are doing movies for us. We know also that there have been some calls by writers of movies who have said that with the advent of the equivalent of ChatGPT, their job is at stake. Finance. How many people within the finance industry here? Don't be shy to say that you work in finance industry, right? Right. There's no finance. So you can imagine how you can use data, AI in predicting the spending pattern of your customers. You can also use technology here to have a better risk management. I don't know whether you work in a bank? Insurance, right. Well, for your premium, right? To sell the right, and also to sell the right insurance policy to the right person. And for the banking sector, this is very often used in credit scoring models. Oversee, sell better to the right person, increasing the sales, but also reducing the risk of underpayment. So clearly, technology does have a big impact on these industries. Now, even in Mauritius, in smart cities, we are using AI for different things. Electricity, traffic, well, I took 90 minutes to come from Vakwa to come here, and I was thinking, why not AI to control this traffic jam? 90 minutes, and I still wonder why. So we talk also about data itself now. There's clearly a need to navigate through this flood of information, or rather flood of data, to transform it into information. We talk about investment infrastructure, right, to be able to handle large volumes of data, including, obviously, cloud-based solutions. More and more is being done on the cloud now, which has definitely huge advantages. Economies of scale, economies of skills, impact on bottom line, but it also entails some risks and some transformation program within your talent. Look at a data center as opposed to using a cloud. So you no more need data center operators, but you would rather need people that can monitor an SLA with your cloud operator. You would rather need to recruit people who understand very much cybersecurity risks, because these are the new consequences of moving into the cloud. Talent, we've talked about it, data scientists, but we talk also about risk experts. And a quick question for you. Is there any gift that we can offer to the audience chipping if they get the right answer? Okay, that's expired chocolate, yeah, right. I thought it was an extra dessert at lunch. So what do you think would be the new niche talent today in the data world? Right. It's not empty, by the way, so, right. Anyone? Sorry? No? Well, nearly there. Could have been. Yes, could be. AI prompter. The output is as good as the input. If you don't have the right input in your algorithm, what would you get at the end of the day? So if you want to recycle yourself, go for AI prompters. Right, we talk about tools. I won't dwell too much about it. This is not the most important thing, because everyone can acquire the most technologically advanced tools, but the key is about implementing and using. So I won't dwell, but it's something important. Ethics, we'll talk a little bit about it later on. Data privacy. But at the same time, when we are using technology, let's just look at something. Most of the face recognition software are white biased. Black people or colored people will have an issue. What about fingerprints? How can cooks use fingerprints? You know this. Cooks usually have got their fingers burnt. So how would you be using fingerprints? So there are ethical issues also to be asked around technology. And the ESG, obviously. Technology brings a lot of value, but it also raises a few questions about the impact on the environment. But obviously, the key principle being the net positive that we should derive. Just look at the 17 SDGs of the United Nations. Every one of them talks about data. Every single one of them. So even if when you say that you want to embrace the ESG journey, think about data. So the slides are available, you can have a look. But data is talked about when we talk about poverty, we talk about hunger, we talk about clean water, everywhere, right? So I won't go into details in these slides, they are available, but just remember, the 17 SDG goals talk about data. And it does reveal environmental, legal, and ethical questions. Did you know that data centers pollute more than airplanes? Who did know this? Yes, so there's someone who deserves a small gift. So just in case you thought that I was fake about the gift, so there's someone who deserves a gift. He got the answer. Unless you were asking a question? No, okay. Oh, yeah. But you don't take my 30 seconds out of my presentation, huh? Right. So data centers do pollute more than airplanes. Did you know that a major cloud provider is going to pay $1.5 million to San Antonio's tree mitigation fund? Because when building the cloud-based data center, they cut 2,642 trees. Do you know that training large AI models produce 626,000 pounds of carbon dioxide, which is the equivalent of 300 round-trip flights between New York and San Francisco? So investing in technology also impacts somehow negatively the environment. The call is not about not investing, but investing smartly, making good use of it, right? I am not saying, I'm not implying that we should not invest. I'm saying that whenever we are going to invest, we need to make good use, get the necessary ROI, because of the potential impact on the environment. Did you know the biggest data breaches, penalties, and settlements so far? Amazon, $877 million. WhatsApp, $255 million. TikTok, $370 million. Huge, huge amounts because of data privacy issues. Do you know that the Irish health system was hacked in 2021, and they were required to pay ransom? And guess what? In Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Digital cash, right? And the amount was $20 million. They refused to pay. But the data was totally impaired. All the data about clients, patients of the Irish health sector were hacked. You can imagine the repercussions. Since this, the hackers didn't stop. There has been a 60% increase in cyber attacks in the Irish health system since 2021. So investing into technology, investing into data has implications on the environment, has implications from a regulatory perspective and on an ethical perspective. So, we know artificial intelligence, when looking at the net positive, is a journey we should embark ourselves. But we should be mindful and also careful, not just mindful, but also careful about the realm around privacy and data protection. And this leads me to the to what I really want you to take home. We have to be in this data-driven economy, but everything we should do should be around the 3 Ps. People, planet, and ultimately profit. We must be profitable to be able to protect our planet. There are choices to make sometimes, but at the end of the day, without money, we cannot protect our planet. So everything we do must be sustainable. So a few design principles that I would like to share with you, getting into this journey. What is more important is your corporate strategy, not your digital strategy. Your corporate strategy comes first. Technology must remain, irrespective of the sophistication of AI, your business enabler. you should remain the master of technology and not become the slave. Do not establish your digital strategy and then you figure out what you're going to do as an enterprise. Get your corporate strategy right. Make sure there's alignment then with your digital strategy. First principle. Second, yes, you need to embrace the dance of data and diligence. Yes, you need to go for more automation, which is not digitalization, which is automating, right? RPAs, for example, right? And to get the value out of this digital transformation. Third thing, do not copy and paste what is done elsewhere. You've got your own DNA. You've got your own customers. You've got your own strategy. Copying and pasting will not work. You can get inspired, but you need to adapt these strategies to your particular context. And what it is about your industry, what would work in the tourism industry. Well, just imagine if we were having a robot welcoming tourists in a hotel. Would that work? Seriously. Well, sometimes when you look at how now we are welcoming people in a hotel, you might say, we might be better off by a robot, but it will not necessarily work. But in the banking sector, for some specific types of clients, having a state-of-the-art ATM, which is a branch in itself, when you can talk, that might work. So industry specificities are very important. Take also into account your company culture and mindset, including the different generations you have within the organization. You will not talk to a Gen Z like you talk to a baby boomer or Generation X or Y. Communication strategy agnostic to the nuance of the different generations is again doomed failure. So you need to know who you have as employees, who is your workforce, what type of culture. And obviously, rest on the investment and financial resources. Change management is something also very important to help the transition, to help change the culture, to change the habits. So a few important principles around this change, the change management quest. You need to build capability around the tools to become autonomous, not be over-dependent on a provider of service. Build capability wherever you can add value. Obviously, do not try to reinvent the world. If there is a state-of-the-art software, learn how to use the software, to exploit the potential of the software, but don't learn how to try to write up a programming equivalent to that software. Astute and nimble risk management, and I'm insisting on the two words, astute and nimble. You need to be pragmatic. I know we live in a world where ticking the box has become the norm, and sometimes the tick is there, we need to box it. But we need to be pragmatic about risk management. And then, something that I've seen also throughout my different assignments, we have the tendency when we embark into these digitalization transformation to focus on customers' experience only. Well, yes, I know if they are marketing guys, the customer is always right. It's true. Sometimes, not always. We need to look at other key stakeholders. We need to focus on the total experience. Take on board what the customer wants. Take on board also your employee's experience, because don't forget, your employee can be the first customer, and your employee can be your first salesman. So if you don't take into consideration also the perspective of your employees, so I've got a few colleagues in this room, so I do take into consideration your concerns also, right? right? And look at the multi-experience. When I'm talking here about the multi-experience, it's the omni-channel experience. Sometimes there are things that have to be done on-premise. Sometimes there are things that can be done remotely. COVID has reminded us this. Yes, we've had to reinvent ourselves. We are a consulting company based in Mauritius with all our clients outside Mauritius. So during COVID, we could not travel for 18 months. We've had to reinvent ourselves, to deliver projects totally online, to launch banks whilst being based in Mauritius. But we also realized how important it was during the COVID time to bring back people in the office, the bonding, the interrelationship. If there's one thing which has come out also from this COVID, it refocuses on human relationships. So important, right? We can't always deal with people via Teams. There's the user's experience, who can be the customer, who can be the employee, but not necessarily, okay? There's the third pillar that I want to stress is governance. I am an accountant by trade. So we use this term governance a lot of times. I've been doing audit, internal and external too. But one of the key things around governance is that it should bring performance, right? Governance without performance is useless. It's just to please everyone that we put in place the necessary framework. Governance must bring performance without obviously forgetting the human centricity. Who doesn't know in this room what is VAR? Don't be shy, because the last time I said it in a conference, there were some people who didn't know what was VAR. You're allowed to say what is, you are not aware what is VAR. Refereeing with video assistance, right? Is there any Manchester United fan in this room? Right. It happens. Right. 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 So, and I think it's important that before I share the video, I explain the context. For those who do not know, VAR was introduced in football well after it was introduced in rugby and in American football to eliminate completely errors around offside and goals, whether the ball has crossed the line or not. That was the purpose. Usage of technology to eliminate completely errors around offside. Everyone agreeable to this? This was the purpose. So you know that the football business today, so I can already see that someone is smiling in the room. You know what I'm going to show. And you know how powerful and money-driven the football business is today. You've seen the transfers in Saudi Arabia, the amount of money. So this is huge business, right? The consequences of mistakes are huge, right? In Southern America, people get killed when they don't score a goal or when they concede a goal. So this is how important football is in the life of some people. So I'm going to show you a small video, if I get this right, twice.
Boot.
Yep. Well, let me just switch angles. I think it might be this angle better. Happy with this angle?
Yeah.
Yep. 2D line on the boot.
2D line on the boot.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, no, wait.
So 2D line on the boot.
And stop. Check complete. Check complete. It's fine. Perfect.
Yeah. Off.
Thank you, mate.
Wait. On-field decision was offside. Are you happy with this?
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Offside goal. Yeah. That's what it does.
What?
On-field decision was offside.
So they got the check right. Well, before they got the check right, line perfectly drawn with the help of technology, one thing was missing: communication, a pure human error. So they praise themselves for having done the check. Well done, guys. But the referee saw offside and the ball was onside. And Liverpool lost the game because of this. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm just saying this now. Huh? Right. But the consequences are huge. They accept, officially it was accepted that it was a clear and obvious factual human error. So investing into technology without being human-centric, doom failure. A simple thing. Yes, don't tell me that the check is complete. Tell me whether it is onside or offside. This is what matters. You imagine what this has caused now? A breach of trust in the whole VAR. It can jeopardize the whole business. This is huge. I'm not saying this because I'm a Liverpool fan. Yes, I bet, but I'm saying it because it has huge consequences. If you invest in technology, ignoring human beings, ignoring the importance of communication, this is what you will get. And you need also to take into consideration the different generations. Very important. I was in a conference where someone... yes. Okay, I will hurry up. Be mindful about the different generations, right? Be mindful also that if you don't focus on data accuracy and completeness, you won't get the return on investment. It's not the sexiest thing to do, but it's one of the most important things to do. Get your customers' data right, get your employees' data right. Right? If you invest massively into an HR system with the logic of doing predicting training, career pathing, but you don't have the necessary employees' data, there's no point. It also, I said it before, the ethics and regulation. We published a thought leadership paper very recently, and these are the two things that the TPC shared. AI is not just about technology, but dwells into fundamental and interdisciplinary human rights and freedom. If it's not you who control the parameters of your data, then it's someone else controlling you. Think about it. So some concluding remarks. AI is and should remain an enabler, never the full-fledged solution. Big data and AI should converge towards the 3 Ps: people, planet, profit. For this to happen, accuracy and completeness of data. For this to happen, data governance, legal and ethical framework are key. For this to happen, we need to remain human-centric. Also, we've seen the consequences on the environment, but we need to be focused on the net positive. We've gone through industrialization before. People lost jobs. We will not be able to save every single job, but we need to save the dignity of the employees. So we need to focus on the net positive. Why adopting this pole-pole approach? It's a Swahili expression. It's steady your pace. And you steady your pace according to who you are as an organization. Do not copy and paste again. That's it for me. Thank you. We have a small case study now. Okay. Sorry? Yeah. How many minutes do we have? 10? 5 minutes. Okay. Right. Okay, so quickly a case study to try to apply what I've shared with you. It's the film industry. So 79% of the film producers report that AI tools have become essential in content creation. MIT researchers say that they train on AI on horror movies to predict what could happen next. PwC report talks about an annual growth of 28%. Apparently by 2025, in 2 years, the media and entertainment market is started to cross $1.2 billion. Everyone uses Netflix. You know that you don't watch Netflix. Netflix watches you and tells you what you need to see, right? AI is helping short film directors achieve up to 40% saving in times and efficiency. And PwC found that by 2030, AI could boost the global entertainment and media market, valued at 1.3 trillion. So, as I said, till now, films were made on AI. Today, AI is writing films, robots are performing, and actors are threatened. So your case study, based on what I've shared with you, how would you design a data and AI strategy for the film industry? So apparently you've got 5 minutes. I wanted to give you 15 minutes, but Chipeng, you know Chipeng, the bar is higher. You've got just 5 minutes to do this exercise. Just drop down what you think about the approach as regards to your strategy. What are the potential challenges? What could be the benefits? And what will be the key pointers going forward?
Okay.
Don't think too much. React, just react.
I will help Jean-Michel here. The first slide called CS1. Don't take the others. Can I have that one back? Can I have that one back? Okay, you got actually 3 minutes, not 5 minutes. Discuss, write down. As I threatened you this morning, we will collect from you afterward. We are going to mark and we're going to publish on internet how lousy your answers is. Ale, CS1 only, 1. The next one is, only 1 page. The very first one, you must demonstrate now you know how to, very good, level 5, 1 chocolate. You must demonstrate now not to molest my paper. You know how to pick up the correct one, show great understanding of English. Yeah, very good. And you must show ability to write very fast, ability to discuss very fast. And can we create more noise? Why are you so quiet? Ale, madam, 1 only, the first one, the rest don't molest. Okay, I love this team, huh? Very good. Ale, keep talking. Tell them all the wrong answer, and then make him answer so that he look very bad in front of Jean-Michel. Very good. I can see how this team is bullying you to write. Oh, you're finished? Okay, you're doing it. What happened to the other 2? They boycotted you, huh? Good luck to you. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute. Yeah, just one. The blank answer is not accepted. Ale, we read. I like the way the big boss is writing. And you guys are letting him struggle alone. How are you? How are you today? Thank you for coming. Huh? Appreciate it. Okay, 30 seconds. You have not even started writing, and you are ignoring them. What a good colleague you are. I want you to know the answer are not in the internet. Huh? Don't Google. Jean-Michel do not ask you simple question. Done. Fini. Fadil, fini. Okay. Guys, where's my volunteer? Where's my 4 mics? Ayo. Ale. Is it working? Where are the 2 more? Bring. My volunteers. Where are my volunteers? 1. Okay, go. Go and pick 1 table. Get them to give Jean-Michel answer so they can laugh on the floor. And then Jean-Michel will give the model answer. Okay, is it going to be table 10? Yes. My top PLC student. No such thing as no. You can bully your boyfriend. I cannot bully him. My God. Okay, table 10. Take one for Mauritius. What's
Okay.
your answer?
Can you stand up, please?
Yeah, stand up so
Stand
that
up.
Jean-Michel can laugh at you. Give him the piece of paper, blank, it's okay. He can read. Yeah, okay, what's your answer for the 4 column?
Okay, for the approach, we'll be basing mostly on
Can we have a bit of silence because there's someone sharing? Yeah.
We can use the AI and data mostly for image processing, cinematography, by finding what angles people like to view. For example, for Michael Bay films or any Avengers movie. That is, we can have Avengers movie every 3 months by watching people in cinemas using eye tracking technology. What scenes, what camera angles they are more attracted to. The challenges would be the cost and high resources used to process all that data, the benefits for post-productions, more content, and the learning outcomes would be the marketing, and movies would be more adapted to what people want to see. So no more B-roll movies, only top-tier movies.
And you can say all this from a blank piece of paper.
So I suppose, Chipeng, we got time to hear someone else, and then we close.
Okay, one more.
Yeah, and then.
Yes, so we are.
If you can stand up, please.
Sure. Yeah, so for the approach, we've planned it in a multi-phased manner. So we'll be needing to gather data, assess the different parameters that are involved in filmmaking, define certain key focus areas as well. So what would be the things that would relate to current business and market trends, and also consider how our strategy would align with current ethical practices, but also legal frameworks. So all of that would have to be considered for the strategy. Challenges, I think one of the main things would be opposition to changes. So how do we actually adopt AI into the filmmaking industry? Benefits, we can deliver tailor-made custom content, and perhaps reduction in costs and time for production. So in a sense, that's a bit our strategy.
Okay. But none of the team talk about the people that will lose their jobs. I need to go back to the presentation because it was about human centricity. No one, and you know there are serious calls about this, right? Actors are going to lose their job, writers, scénaristes, metteurs en scène, and everything which is peripheral to the film industry. Okay, thank you very much.